With just one click, the world can change. A simple message, a new app, or a small update, everything moves so fast. Technology is not something far away or hard to reach. It is in your phone, your laptop, your job, and your daily habits. It is how we work, how we talk, how we live. Let's look at big companies. Nokia was once the king of mobile phones. Everyone used their phones, but they didn't move fast when smartphones appeared. Now, Nokia is no longer a leader. Kodak was loved by many for their film cameras, but they didn't believe in digital photos, so they lost their place. On the other side, companies like Apple, Google, and Tesla are always growing. Why? Because they are not afraid to try new ideas. They take risks. They change quickly. They know the truth. If you stop moving, you fall behind. Change is not only about companies, it happens in your life too. Before, many people had simple jobs like typing documents, answering phones, or checking forms. These jobs were safe for many years, but now machines and AI can do them. So what should we do? We need to learn new things. People who try tools like ChatGPT, who work from home, who learn online, they are building a new future. Some people open online shops, some teach English on YouTube, some do freelance work. They don't wait, they try. If you are scared to leave your safe space, ask yourself, can I really wait for the world to slow down? The answer is no. The world will not slow down, so you must start walking or running today. Change doesn't have to be big. You don't need to move to another country or start a company. But if today you learn a new word in English or watch one lesson online or ask someone for advice, that is change. That is growth. In this fast-moving world, only people who keep learning, growing, and adapting will live their best life. Most of the time, we are not scared because change is too hard. We are scared because change makes us feel uncomfortable. It pushes us into a new space, a place we don't know well. And that can feel scary. People want to stay in a safe place. They want to feel in control. Think about someone who works in an office job. Every day feels the same. It's not exciting, but they don't leave because the salary comes every month. It feels safe. Even if they are bored or tired, they stay. Why? Because safety feels better than the unknown. This is normal. Human beings are made to protect themselves. Our brains try to keep us away from danger. That's why we fear failure. We fear making mistakes. We fear people will laugh at us or say, "You're not good enough." These fears are not always loud. Sometimes they are quiet thoughts in your head. You will fail. You don't know enough. Maybe later is better. But these small thoughts can stop big dreams. Imagine this. You are in a boat. If you never leave the harbor, the boat will never sink. But it will also never go anywhere. It will stay in one place year after year. Safe? Yes, but lifeless. Society also adds pressure. Friends, family, coworkers, they might say, "Don't quit your job, you're lucky to have it." Or, "That idea is risky, are you sure it will work?" These words sound caring, but sometimes they stop you from trying something new. But let's ask this. If everyone always listened to fear, what would happen? We would not have small business owners who started from zero. We would not have people who went back to school at age 40. We would not have students trying to speak English even when they only know a few words. All these people started with fear, but they acted anyway. Change is hard, yes, but fear should not be your driver. Don't let fear sit in the front seat of your life. Behind fear is often a better version of yourself. You don't need to take crazy risks. You don't need to do everything at once. But you do deserve to live a life with progress, a life where you are growing, not just surviving. Even one small action, like asking your manager for a new task, signing up for a short course, or speaking in class, can start a fire, a small spark, and maybe that spark will grow into something big. Sometimes the biggest risk is not doing anything. The world is changing every day. New ideas appear, new jobs are created, new skills are needed, but many people are not moving. They are staying in one place, waiting. They say, maybe things will go back to normal, or I just need more time. But waiting is also a choice, and sometimes waiting too long is a way to lose. Think about Blockbuster. It was a big movie rental company. People used to go to their stores to rent DVDs. One day, Netflix came with a new idea, watching movies online. Netflix asked Blockbuster to work with them, but Blockbuster said no. They believed people would still rent DVDs forever. You know what happened. Today, Netflix is one of the biggest companies in the world. Blockbuster is gone. Or look at Kodak. It was famous for film cameras. People loved Kodak photos. But when digital cameras started growing, Kodak didn't believe they would last. They waited too long to change. And now, Kodak is no longer a leader. So ask yourself, am I doing the same thing? Am I holding on to the old way of doing things while the world is moving forward? You may still have a job. You may still be busy. But how long has it been since you learned something new? How long since you took a risk? You might say you are just waiting. But sometimes waiting is really just fear in silence. Being quiet does not always mean you are safe. Sometimes it means you are slowly giving up on your dream. Quietly. Without telling anyone. Even without telling yourself. Let's be honest. There will never be a perfect time. Life is not waiting for you. So don't wait for the perfect plan. Start with what you have. You don't need to jump far. You can take a small step. For example, if you want to improve your English, say one sentence today. Tomorrow, try recording your voice. Next week, try posting one short video. This is how progress looks, step by step. Or maybe you want a better job. Start by updating your resume, then look for small projects you can try. Ask someone who already works in that field for advice. Change doesn't need to be loud or fast, but you must not stand still. Because sometimes your whole life can change, not from a big moment, but from a small, quiet, brave decision. Look at the people who made a big difference in the world. They all have one thing in common. They were not afraid to take risks. Let's start with Elon Musk. Today, he is famous for Tesla and SpaceX. But do you know how he started SpaceX? He used almost all his money to build it. Many people said he was crazy. They didn't believe a private company could send rockets into space. The first rockets failed. He almost lost everything. But he didn't stop. He kept going. Today, SpaceX is working with NASA. He took a big risk, and it changed his life. Steve Jobs, the man behind Apple, also took risks. He was pushed out of his own company. That could have been the end. But it was not. He didn't give up. He started a new company and kept dreaming big. Later, he returned to Apple and made it even greater. He failed, but he came back stronger. Even in Vietnam, we have examples. Shark Hung had a high position, a stable job, but he left it to start his own business. People asked him why. He said, "Because I don't want to regret not trying." That answer is powerful. He understood something. The cost of doing something risky is small compared to the cost of regret. Regret is heavy. It can follow you for many years. You might ask yourself, what if I had tried? That question can hurt more than any failure. But you don't need to be famous to take brave steps. Maybe you are shy, but today you speak up in class. That's a risk, and it's powerful. Maybe you're young and want your dream job. You don't have all the skills yet, but you send your CV anyway. That's brave. Maybe you are a freelancer. You have done one type of job for years, but now you try a new skill, a new client, a new direction. That's risk. That's growth. Small actions like these may not be on the news, but they are real steps toward a better future. You don't need to be the best in the world. You just need to be the person who starts. Each time you act, even with fear in your heart, you become stronger. Each step becomes part of your story. And one day someone will hear your story and say, "Because of you, I started too." Taking risks is important, but you don't have to be careless. You can take smart risks, risks with a plan. Many people think risk means jumping without thinking. That's not true. A smart risk means you look at the situation, you think carefully, and then you move forward with preparation. Let's look at an example. You want to change your job. You are working in one field, but you want to try something new. A smart risk is not quitting your job tomorrow without a plan. A smart risk is staying in your job while you prepare for the next one. You can start by learning new skills online, watch free videos, take short courses, read articles, talk to people who are already doing the job you want. Ask them questions. Learn from their story. This way you are building a bridge. You are still standing on one side, but you're building a path to the other side, step by step. Or maybe you want to start a small business. A smart risk is not putting all your money into it right away. A smart risk is starting small. Try selling something on the weekend. Ask people for feedback. Make small changes. Learn from mistakes. Little by little, you understand more. And one day, you will be ready to grow. Smart people who take risks are not perfect. They are not always ready. But they understand something important. They don't need to wait until everything is perfect. They start when they are ready enough. And they stay open to learning along the way. It's like learning to swim. You don't wait on the edge of the pool forever, just thinking. You step into the water, but you don't go too deep. You start in the shallow area, you wear a float, maybe you ask someone to help you, and slowly you begin to move. That is how smart risk works, and you can do the same. Want to speak better English? Start by practicing one sentence a day. Don't wait until your grammar is perfect. Practice out loud. Make mistakes. It's okay. Want to change your life direction? Make a plan. Write down the steps. Do one small thing each week. The brave don't always jump far. Sometimes they just take small steps, even when they are still afraid. But they keep going. And step by step, those small moves become something big. So when should you start? The answer is simple. Start today. Start now. Don't wait. Don't wait for the perfect time. Don't wait for the perfect plan. Don't wait until you feel ready. Because the truth is, that moment may never come. Many people wait. They say, I will start when I have more money. I will try when I have more time. I will begin when I feel more confident. But weeks pass, months pass, sometimes even years pass, and nothing changes. Waiting can feel safe, but it is often just fear in disguise. The fear says later is better, but really it means I'm too scared now. Instead of waiting, take action. Write down 3 things you have delayed because of fear. Be honest with yourself. Maybe you are afraid to speak English. Maybe you want to ask for help, but you feel shy. Maybe you dream of changing your job, but you don't know how to start. Now, choose one of those things, just one, and do something small today. If you want to improve your English, speak one sentence today. Say it out loud. Look in the mirror and talk to yourself, or record your voice. If you want to change jobs, update your CV, ask a friend to check it, search for one job opening online. If you want to grow your confidence, talk to one new person. Say hello to someone at work or school. Share one idea in a meeting or class. These actions may feel small, but they are powerful because they are real. They are not dreams. They are not plans. They are actions, and action creates change. Many successful people did not start big. They started small, but they started. That is the difference. Like the girl who spoke broken English but still posted one video every day. At first, nobody watched, but she kept going. Now she helps thousands of people learn, or the man who failed many job interviews. Each time he learned something, he made changes, he didn't give up. On the seventh try, he got the job. These people were not perfect, but they were brave, and you can be too. You don't need to prove anything to the world. You don't need to be perfect, but you owe yourself one thing: a real chance. A chance to grow, a chance to try, a chance to live without regret. The world is not slowing down, but you can move forward. You can take one step today. It can be small, it can be quiet, but it can change your life. Because sometimes the hardest part is simply starting. And once you do, everything begins to move. Life moves forward, with or without you. It doesn't pause. It doesn't wait. It doesn't stop to ask, are you ready? It just keeps going. And the truth is, opportunities do not knock twice. They come quietly, and if you don't take them, they move on. But life gives something special to those who take action. Not always success right away, but always a lesson, always growth, always a new chance to become better. You might think, I will start when I see someone like me succeed. But remember, those people you look up to, they started when they were still afraid. They started when they had doubts. They didn't feel confident. They didn't feel ready. But they moved anyway. The only difference between them and you is action. So don't just listen. Don't just agree. Do something, even something small. When this video ends, take one step. Write one sentence. Send one message. Open one course. Say one word in English. Share one idea. Because maybe, just maybe, that one step will be the start of something amazing. Look around you. The world is full of change. New jobs, new skills, new ways of working, new ways of learning. Everything is moving, and you can move too. You don't have to rush, you don't have to race, but you cannot stand still, because standing still is not safety. It is slow failure, quiet regret, hidden sadness. So if you have been waiting for a sign, this is it. This is your moment. This is your chance to begin again. The world is changing, you are growing, but you must take the first step. Close this video, take a breath, and begin. Even if it's small, even if you're scared, just begin. Because life won't wait, but it'll always reward those who dare to try.